Welcome to Friday, and a whole series of events have been put in place. And so, Giovanni Letiza, do you want to or discuss what's going to be going on?
We can just briefly introduce John, who will be our lead BAs today for the paint along, holiday paint
Sounds
along.
fantastic, Ethel.
All right. So,
That's great.
friends, please help us welcome. Let's put on screen our brand ambassadors who will take us on a journey as we start celebrating December. So today we're gonna have for paint along Sabina, all the way from Switzerland, Silvia, all the way from Brazil, Ashley, of course, from US, and our dear Angela, all the way from Spain.
Hi.
Fantastic.
And we're going to start with Sabina.
Okay. So, good morning, good day, and good evening all over the world. Welcome to the live painting here. And I want to show you some fast, easy landscapes. And we're just beginning. I have a rough paper here and a flat brush, and I just wet my paper, and there's a little bit pink on it, Pink Your Life. I make a winter landscape, just fast. That's pink, and I make a little brown with quinacridone sienna and cobalt blue, and it's a fantastic brown. So I make some trees inside. It's very wet, you see. And here, and a little one there. And I go in the brown again and just make a little bit coloring my paper and go inside with a metal feather, and I scratch inside the paper and make some lines for the tree, just a little bit. And so get a little pink and take it in the front with a reminder of the color and finish the first picture. And the second one, I go with wet the paper again, and I do it here in the first. And a little bit pink on it, you see. I go in the cobalt blue and mix it together on the paper. And I show you just a little bit different and a little bit the same, so you can see what you can make with just some steps. Go into brown, and I mix it like the same like that with quinacridone sienna and cobalt blue. And blue is in the sky, and I just look at the wetness at the paper. And I just have a little pink in it, you know, just romantic. and put it very soft inside and let the color flow. And here I want a big tree and a little one here. And so I have a liner and I make just some lines only with the trees. We have a very simple landscape for winter. And now I make some lines and you see, you just have a little bit more perspective. And that can be enough, but we just splatter on it. I have a very rough brush. Go into the brown and a little bit in the blue. And here a little bit. And so I just make some grass coming out, a little bit nature. And we go for the next one. Okay. So we make a dribble sky. I take some pink in it, very wet. Some yellow, it's aureolin. And some blue. And we, the heater. No, maybe I go wet in wet inside. I go here in the jaded genuine and make a little bit green. I just look. Yes, it's not too wet. One and a little one. And I go in the white and I use Titan white. And just thick. For a little bit snow. And I'm just finished the picture. And so I'm finished, and I'm very amazed what Silvia does and what Angela does and what Ashley does.
Very nice, Sabina.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have Ashley.
Hello. Let me switch cameras and show you what I'm working on. Oh, am I not? Okay, I'm not muted. Good, good. Hello, everyone. I am in the mood for the holidays. And as you know, I paint animals, mostly dogs. And so we've got a reindeer dog here, and it's mostly done, but as you can see, we need to finish the antlers. And now this dog has, let me show you my reference. I think that's important that you see what I'm working on there. I really would like to scan this and make it into Christmas cards. And so here's this cute golden retriever.
Cool.
And yeah, my goal is, so this is a quarter sheet. So my goal is to get this scanned in and send off for Christmas cards because I think that would be just such a cute Christmas card. So what I'm working with right now are two really amazing Christmas colors. And oh my gosh, I feel like this color, this red, I'm so excited to show you. It's such an underrated color. In fact, this color doesn't even fall into the red section. If you look at the Daniel Smith color chart, it's not even in the reds, it's in the earth tones. So this color is kind of one of the secret masterpieces, in my opinion, of Daniel Smith. This is deep scarlet. Wait till you see it. You ready for this? It's almost like, I don't know, I don't want to say blood red, that's a little morbid, but it's just such a rich, deep, stunning red. Let's let it play a little bit. Let's put some water down and see what happens. Let it kind of flow. That. Oh my goodness. You know, you don't really get to see the magical properties of watercolor until you add water. And then you get to see the pigment particles, you get to see the separation if there is any. And so I just, oh, this color. So if you guys haven't discovered this color yet, do yourself a favor. I will happily enable anybody to go spend too much money on watercolor. You won't regret it ever. Your husband or wife or whoever might be, less than thrilled, but you will be you will be so happy. And the other color I'm working with here is one of my absolute favorites, and this one is so magical because it is a combination of colors. It's I believe, John, two pigment color.
Uh,
Prussian green.
I think that is
And it's just stunning. When you add some water, let's get some intensity here. Add a little water, and when it dries, it separates out into different tones. It's almost, I would say it's kind of a friend to Cascade Green in a way, because of that beautiful separation of pigments. But you start to see it. There's some blues that start, let me zoom you in. I'll go slow. I don't want to make anybody sick. There you go. You start to see the blues separating in there. So these are my Christmas colors today, and I want to work on this. Dog has the cutest little jingle bells around its neck. And I was gonna so I actually also need to paint the brown antlers. So that's what I'll be working on. But you can mix these two. Sorry, there's a rogue hair in my shirt bugging me. You can mix these two colors together and get brown, which is really an extra layer of magic. And you just add a little bit of this, a little bit of that till you get the right brown consistency. Isn't that cool? You can add a little bit of yellow, maybe some Quin Gold to warm it up a little bit. Throw in some Quin Gold, and look, we're making brown. I bet you guys didn't even see that coming. And then here's some burnt umber just to show you. What I like about mixing my own browns is you get those tonal qualities. You can kind of see the Quin Gold, that liquid sunshine that we all love. So yeah, try that brown mix. I was just had to blend it for I'm a little OCD. So there's that. And what I'm going to be working on with these, look at this, guys. Do you see the blue? This color. Oh, let's do this. There we go. Intentional blossoms are my favorite. You guys are quiet today. You still there?
still here.
We are mesmerized by your
Oh,
colors.
wonderful. That's what I want to hear.
I love them. I love them.
Really nice.
They are not colors that I would use, but I will start using them now.
I know there's so many colors, and I wanted to show, let's see here.
I was thinking the same thing, that deep scarlet. I haven't used it before. Now it's in my notes to try.
It's so fantastic. So I'm going to use it here on the collar.
Actually, when you make the liquid mix, what proportion more or less of water do you add?
Oh, such a good question. I'm not very scientific. So for me, it's just so I've got my paints in these. I took a page out of, sorry, I just said her name like 5 minutes ago, Carrie. I took a page out of Carrie's book. These are just jewelry containers you buy from Hobby Lobby. And I've got my colors in these. So these are my some of my earth tones and my maroons. And so what I'll do is just kind of wake it up from here. I'll put it in here, and then all I do is dip my brush in my water. So I'm not really adding a whole bunch of water per se. I'm just dipping my brush in my water, if that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I need to find a scientist to come watch me and tell me how much percentage of what I'm using, but that'll be another day. So now I just want to start adding this red to our little collar here. And the collar is actually plaid. And so I'm not going to worry about all the plaids. We're just going to have some fun. Look at that color. It's so deep and rich. I want to do something fun really quick. One way that I like to paint I love, it's not even the final result of the watercolor that I love so much. It's watching it happen, right? It's like the process of doing that is so, like Angela said, mesmerizing. And so what I want to do, sorry about this, I don't want to make you guys sick today with my zooming around. But I like to find like the darks. I'll find like a dark area and I will go ahead. I'm shaking. I've had so much tea today, you guys. It's not healthy. Um, Sorry if I'm shaking a little bit. But what I like to do is find my dark, like let's find a shadow area. I'll put down some paint, wash my brush off, and then add the water and watch things kind of play, right? So we're gonna go try not to drip. These quill brushes, sometimes the water gets caught on the quill and it'll drip. I don't know if you guys have ever had that issue, but we're learning. So now I just add water and let things kind of mix and mingle. And this will be my first layer on this. So the first layer, as you know, it's lighter. I let it do the cauliflowers. I let it be kind of crazy. And then as we layer and we build the painting up, that's when it comes together. But now we can start to, and then while it's wet, dropping in some pigment. It's always fun. We've got a curl here. Fabric is always tricky, isn't it? Because there's so many folds and shadows, and you have to pay really close attention to those. And then when you've got hair involved, you got to make sure that we don't get those hard edges. This is how we fix our mistakes. Now, while that first little layer is drying, I'll zoom on over here to these ears, and now these ears are plaid. So I've never done plaid before. You guys get to be here for this exciting moment in the history of my art practice where I am going to attempt plaid. So I'm going to choose the color that I feel like is going to be more of a mid-tone, and I always like to start with, maybe a highlight color first, because you can layer the green on top of the red. But if you try to layer a lighter, like a lighter value color on top of a darker value, it's not going to be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and add some red, and I don't want it to zoom in or focus on my hand too much. So I'm going to be cautious of that. But I'll start adding, this is the ears. The ears are plaid. And what's really cool is I can layer the green across this one because this is a darker maroon color, this stripe right here. So fun. Yeah, I'm really excited. You guys have to email me if you try this color and tell me how you like it, because I'm not a huge fan of red, I'll be honest. I have an aversion to red for some reason. But this deep scarlet, man, it was kind of my first Daniel Smith red that I ever purchased. And I just love it. In fact, I was playing around with like alizarin crimson and permanent alizarin crimson. They're close, but there's just something different about this. Here's show you an example. That's, I believe, permanent alizarin crimson. Alizarin crimson. This is anthraquinoid scarlet, and here's our deep scarlet. So just to compare it to some other colors. Yours look like candy canes right now, huh? It's gonna be so fun. Now, I'm gonna dry those. I like to use a disclaimer when I use my heat tool. I really like to let watercolor dry as naturally as possible. I feel like it leads to a more natural, luminescent painting. It allows the granulation to settle the way it wants to, but for the sake of time, sometimes we just have to whip out the old dryer. So it is what it is. Oh, I shouldn't have mixed that. I should have showed you. Can you guys see? Sorry, can you guys see those blues separating? So in a way, it is very similar to Cascade Green, but it doesn't have like the golden. Cascade Green has like almost like a gold color that settles. And this one is like Cascade Green, but without that third element. So beautiful.
I think the Cascade has yellow in it.
It's like raw umber or raw sienna. John will have to tell us. I don't get too much into those, but it's like a warm, like an ochre or something.
Yeah, it's co-precipitated. So actually one pigment that breaks apart. And that one is what pigment blue 27 and pigment yellow 97 is the one you're using. So it is very similar,
Yeah.
but it's two pigments, whereas the other one's one pigment that breaks apart into two.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I love those co-precipitated colors. They're just magic is what they are.
They are interesting. Yeah.
Ashley, Anna
Yes.
here.
Hey,
Hi.
Anna.
I was just wondering, I see that you're doing green right now, but did you put brown on top of the red, or that's the green that is
That's
mixing
the
with?
that's the green.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Isn't that
Awesome.
amazing? We glazed it, and I don't talk about
Okay.
glazing very much, but when we have an undercolor, like we
Mm-hmm.
put down the red, and then when we can mix these two colors together and get brown, or we can glaze the green over the red and it appears brown, which is really cool.
Okay. Super. Thank you.
No, great question. And I have no idea. This monumental moment in the history of my art practice is that I have no idea what I'm doing with this plaid, and I really don't care because I'm having fun. You guys are here, and it's Christmas. I want to show you this. See what I mean? So here's our burnt umber. Mixing brown is so fun because there's just so many variables involved that can happen. And so you see what's happening with those pigments and the way that things are settling and separating. It's glorious. Good deal. I'm gonna pause on the plaid just really quick. I know my time's almost up, but I want to go ahead and start on these antlers with the brown. And brown, guys, brown's not boring. Brown can be fun. These antlers are going to be fun because they are made of like a fuzzy velvet. And so I was thinking, how am I going to achieve that fuzzy velvet texture? And I'm just going to go in like I did down here. I'm going to show you. I like to do this technique of kind of outlining and then using a like blending method. So we're going to just go for it. I know they say this is like a big no-no. I remember taking some watercolor classes years ago, and somebody said never outline your art first. But here's what I'm going to talk about. So I'm not going to go too far because I don't want those hard edges, right? So now what I'm going to do, cleaned off my brush, dab it on my towel. I want a little water. I want to let things kind of play now. So here we go. We're going to just let it do its thing. Like I said, first layers are my favorite because I have a little bit more fun with them. I want cauliflowers. I want too much water. I want, and now like I want that nuance. So now I can start doing a little wet and wet magic. I can start saying, all right, this is going to be darker on the edges. And I can drop in the pigment and let it play.
That's cool.
It's just, I mean, you can get a smooth wash. That's always great. But to let things do, I mean, why do we love watercolor? Guys, we're here because it's magical,
It's magical. I agree.
right?
Actually. Yes.
And we just want to watch it play. So here we go, one more time, and then I'll let somebody else take the stage.
Looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, these quill brushes keep making little droplets on my page. They're not new to me, but I don't use them ever. So I like to try new things and get out of my box. I don't know about you guys, but I have a tendency to kind of get in the groove of how I do things. And I get kind of stale and stagnant. So I try to make sure that I'm trying new supplies and trying new colors and not getting stuck doing the same old thing.
Well, this is great because we have
Looks
4
good.
brand ambassadors doing 4 different things. And so we do 4 different experiments. So it's
Oh my
fun.
gosh. You guys, I hope everybody's got some paper out and a sketchbook or something to play along with everybody. You're gonna learn so much today. So I'll let somebody else take the stage. I'm excited to see what everyone's doing. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you,
Ashley.
Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Ashley.
guys. Love the
It was
input.
amazing.
I
Loving
know.
it.
Thank you. Hello, guys. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So let's do some magic here too. I want to paint a landscape with effects because to me, Christmas is magic and all of us, right? So I will use kitchen salt, okay, to do this effects. And also, important thing here is I'm using cobalt turquoise, French ultramarine, indigo, phthalo blue red shade, phthalo blue green shade, and titanium white. Okay, so I love using cobalt turquoise and French ultramarine together because they separate and make beautiful effects. This paper is 100% cotton. It comes like this in a box, and they are like postal cards. So it's very nice. Let's go. I will wet the paper. Go back. Until this line here because I don't want pigment in the bottom. So I tilted a little bit because I want the water to run and make the effects too. Okay, now important thing here, we have to start with the lighter colors. I will add, and don't be afraid of like letting the color there. Now a little bit of French ultramarine, and there's the granulation already. I'll leave a little bit of white because we are going to play here. Wow, phthalos are always something that I am afraid. And here in the top, I will add indigo because it's dark and the effects will be very nice. Now I need more pigment here. And okay. Now this is the right point to add the kitchen salt because it's wet and it is shining. And I will do like this. And being careful not to add here. And now, wow, so much water. Because I always like to leave a little bit of white And this is the background, trees. That's why I brought the other one, because it's, oh my, it's dry. And trying to be very fast. Okay, this is the first layer. And we need this to dry, so the effects will appear. I don't know if it is possible, but it's opening, right? I don't know the chemical, John. Why does the salt absorbs all the pigment? But I brought this one. That is the next point from that part when the salt is already there. I took it out. And now I will put the trees. Now here, one thing that I think it's important is not load too much the brush. Otherwise will be, I want several, how can I say, plants. So I start with not that much pigment. And then I will add little by little. And we have to be careful not to hide the trees behind. So we have the other plant. We can see distance. This is a funny Christmas cards. I like to paint the same thing for to put, how do you say, the names on a table, like this. You put the name of the person. I don't know the name in English.
Place tag.
But
Folder.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's funny and easy to do. We are talking about letting the children do some art before. So I think this is something that they can easily play around. So important thing here is various shades of blue. And okay, and now the other one. So it's very important to know when to add the salt, because if it is too wet, it won't open. It will be all together and it won't open. Also, if it is dry, then the salt won't react with the pigment. So
And
we have to
Silvia,
pay attention. What? Yes.
Silvia, excuse me, here's Sabina. What kind of paper you use? Because the salt don't go on every paper, is that right?
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. I didn't know that for Sabina. I always use with watercolor paper,
Mhm.
and I never had any problem with this.
Okay, what kind of paper you have now?
It's cotton, 100% cotton. It's expression from
Okay.
Honeymill.
Yes.
Okay, because that box, it's always expression.
Mhm.
The paper is always the expression, and it's 100% cotton.
Can
So
I ask something about the salt? If you dry that with the dryer, with the hair dryer or whatever, does that affect the salt and not let it do what it's supposed to do?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Thanks.
you'd better not do. Okay, with it. That's why I change it, because if we dry with the hair dryer, okay, to me, two different things. The salt, yeah, maybe you can preserve the effect, but it won't be as much as it can. You understand? So it will be a little bit less white than if you leave it naturally.
Great.
Also, the paint effects, to me, the hair dryer if affects, it's not a good idea if you want effects in your painting, right? Because it will interrupt the process, the natural process. So it won't open, it won't spread the same way as if it was naturally
And
dry.
we want to keep those
Okay?
effects. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Now I will sprinkle, well, our gouache, titanium white gouache. Let me see if I, yeah. And I love the effects. Sometimes I use the luminescent because when using the silver colors or gold, it's amazing. Okay. Now, and that's it, simple and funny. I will take this out so we can see. Uh-oh. This paper is not 140. It's a little bit lighter. So we have to take a lot of care when taking this tape out. Look at this here.
Beautiful cards.
Still wet.
They are beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, I love the
love
effect.
the
Yeah,
reveal.
simple.
What is the card stock again? What is the name of the paper you're using for the cards?
It's a expression. It's a box. It's
Uh-huh.
a box from Honeymill. It comes
Oh,
like that.
Honeymill.
Oh,
Honeymill.
sorry.
Okay.
So sorry. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
And also, yeah, and they have also, if I have one more minute, they have also this round, which is also expression, 100% cotton. And I just want to show you it.
I have
I
some
won't have
brown.
time to paint, but yeah, I painted. But the thing here is the luminescent colors, which I love. After I painted this, it's only sap green and Hansa yellow. Then with duochrome oceanic, I come here and add some. It's amazing because the paint shines, and I'm finishing. But I wanted to show you because these are my favorite colors. I use them to paint the birds, but then I learned their effects. It's magic. And I could go on and on painting with gold. It's so funny. But it's I don't know if it's
Very
if you
nice.
can see, yeah, but it's amazing. The result is something. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very funny. And that's
Very
it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sylvia.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Silvia.
Very
Thank you.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sylvia.
Sylvia, that third green down, is that a mix? The third green on your undersap green and then the indigo, is that
Yes.
yellow and what?
Hansa yellow and sap green. But I
Okay.
did hear what Giovanni taught us yesterday. Yellow and then on top the sap green.
Oh, it
Okay.
reminds me of the
That's
Grinch. It's like
Very
Grinch
nice.
green.
yeah.
I love it.
Yes, yes. You're right. Okay. Thank you.
Finally, we have our dear Angela.
Angela.
Hi.
Woohoo. Hi.
Hello to everybody. Today I am going to do something like this because, as you know, I like romantic green, and I have never seen the auroras, but I will try to paint one. So for that, I will use these colors that I have here, the indigo as the dark color. I don't know if you can see it. The phthalo green yellow shade. No, yes, yellow shade. Cadmium yellow medium hue. Cadmium yellow medium hue. Cobalt teal blue. Phthalo blue turquoise. Greens gray for the mountain, and I will add a little bit of bismuth vanadate yellow to the cadmium, and Chinese white for some effect. So what I've done first is I've splattered with, can you see I've splattered with some masking fluid. So for the stars, or for the effects of the stars, you can do it with white gouache, also Daniel Smith white gouache, or watercolor. With watercolor is not so obvious, but I've done it with this, with the masking fluid, so it will be much more obvious when I remove it. So what I'll do is I will wet the paper. Can you see well?
Yes.
Okay, I will wet the paper. This is this paper is Baohong. It's hot pressed. It's hot pressed Baohong paper, 300 grams cotton. So I will wet it and then try to make this everything wet in wet. I wet it with the spray so it will be irregular. Let it sit for a moment. And then I will start with the light color. I will start with the yellow and make some lines. And then I will add the turquoise and the other green. I like the phthalo green very much, and they mix very well together. So we'll see what happens. Quite thick. I'm using the color quite thick. The reflections as well. Like Ashley said, the watercolor, well, you really perceive its all its qualities when you add water, when you wet it.
Could you push your paper up a little bit?
Sure, like that.
Yeah, that gives us more of the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera is maybe too close. Is that better?
That's good, yeah.
That's
Yes.
better. Yes, thank you. So this is the turquoise. I will mix without being too careful of, I don't mind if it gets into the yellow, because at the end I will add more yellow from the tube, directly from the tube. It is not inclined. I am doing the reflections also down the paper and introducing the greens little by little. This is very strong, this green. Mixing it with the blue. And another color that I love, which is the phthalo blue. You'll see how strong it is. Phthalo turquoise, sorry. It is very wet. A lot of water. I'm using a lot of water here.
Doesn't that look like fun sloshing around in the water? Super.
It is, it is. It is very free. You know, I like to paint very freely. So there's not really specific rule. Well, you have got to follow the shape more or less. But here I will, let me stand up. Easier for me if I stand up. Now I will use the indigo because I need some darks here. Some darks, especially at the edges. And the good thing about this paper is that it runs a lot. The hot press paper.
It reminds me a little of finger painting with kids.
We have to get back to being kids. I tried it on a different kind of paper, and now this one is reacting a bit differently. But because I tried it on cellulose paper, the other paper was cellulose. Let it run a bit.
Very dramatic.
But I think the auroras are very dramatic, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Any? I haven't. I'm not a lucky one. Now I will add a bit more yellow. With this small brush, very pure. Here it starts to separate. Can you see the effect that it does? And we can also wash, like take some paint out like that. And create some lines, which The auroras have these lines.
That's very energetic,
Yeah,
Angela.
Thank you.
And it's just flow.
yeah.
I love it.
Because it's very, very wet.
Yes. And the way the yellow go, it's fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful.
Exactly. I don't know if that is really an aurora, but to me, it's how it's how it feels.
Beautiful.
Look at all that juicy color, Angela. Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. I don't know how it looks on the screen. Does it look good?
It looks great. Yeah.
So now I should let it dry, but because of the time, I will have to dry it with my hair dryer because I want to do here the mountains, and it should be dry. Let me see. Yes, I haven't got much time, so I will dry it quickly. Wow. Oops. Sorry. It's got disconnected.
It's amazing with such less dark strokes, you make a deep in that picture. That's amazing. I love it. This green and that dark color.
Wow.
I think it's dry enough, not totally dry, but dry enough to make the mountains. I will use a card like this to make the mountains with the gray, paint blue gray actually. No, I have to do, I forgot to make the lines, the reflections. And now
You use your credit card, Angela.
it's a hotel card. It's a hotel card
Okay.
from Arequipa. The hotel in Arequipa. I don't know how I kept it, but it is there.
Oh, how nice is that?
Yeah.
Every week we get new lessons and new techniques. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what John does for us, giving us the opportunity.
Hmm.
Angela, are you using a reference photo for this?
No, more my imagination.
Great imagination. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen many photos. I've seen many photos of the.
Okay.
And normally you could have trees also. Wasn't sure whether to paint trees or mountains.
Very nice.
Angela,
Yes.
is that color out of the tube or is it diluted a little bit, that Payne's gray for the mountains?
Slightly diluted.
Yeah, okay. Thank
Slightly
you.
here, like you'll see my plate here. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
It's Payne's gray, right? Okay.
It's Payne's blue-gray.
Payne's blue-gray. Okay.
I wanted to use Payne's gray, but I didn't have it on me, so.
Okay.
But they are similar. And
Yeah.
now some white also. Have some white here.
You got titanium white?
Yes.
Is that a gouache?
No, it's watercolor.
Great. Thank you.
That white really pushed the picture.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Yeah. So a bit rushed, yes, but
Very clever. Congratulations.
thank you, dear.
It's magical, Angela. Some people have a spiritual connection to these lights, and I feel you captured that in the magic of the watercolor and the reflection. It's just beautiful.
No, the energy is like amazing.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Buffy.
Yeah.
And very romantic.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Don't start her with romantics.
that's it. Romantic. That's what I want.
Romantic Angela.
Hey,
So
what
what
have I missed out on with this romantic green? Fill me in.
So what are you
Yes.
going to do for Valentine's for us, Angela?
Yes. Do you think this is a romantic painting?
It's beautiful. I love it.
I think it's romantic to look both the light.
Yes, the energy is like exploding off the page.
Yeah.
The romantic green aurora.
I hope to do it one day.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, more or less.
Beautiful.
Time.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
No, I'm delayed, but anyway, sorry.
Uh-oh. I love your antlers over there too.
Oops.
See
I
them up.
don't know.
Beautiful.
This is it.
Wonderful, guys.
Amazing ambassadors at work. It's awesome.
Very nice.
Aren't we
I
so
have like
You see
that.
Anna's too?
beautiful? Beautiful.
Like ours.
Angela, I love it. It's amazing. It's something about that painting. It's like, wow.
Thank you so
Very
much.
explosive.
Wow, Anna, you did
Oh,
awesome.
Anna.
It's always so fun. Oh my God.
Okay.
Anna, wow, look at that.
Sorry.
Look at
Diane's
him.
horse
It
too.
was so much
Diane.
fun. I
Diane.
still have to
Diane's
finish
horse.
later.
Nice
Look
work.
at
And
Santa with
Marty.
her horses.
Marty, Marty, that's beautiful.
Marty.
The horses.
Diane
Marty,
looks
that's
great.
amazing.
The horses. Who did that beautiful? Oh, Marty. Wow.
Marty, that's beautiful.
Marty.
Marty, that's amazing. Wow.
Aurora.
Beautiful
Great
horses.
Aurora. Yes.
I love the
Very
horses,
nice.
Diane. Diane,
Very
your horses are
nice.
beautiful. Beautiful.
So,
Yeah, what a fun
we
paint
are all
along.
different.
Thank you.
Thank you. That dog is
Thank
all
you,
very
everyone.
well.
Beautiful works.
Beautiful. Have a
Thank
good
you all.
weekend.
Nice
See you
job,
next
everybody.
week.
A lot of fun.
Enjoy your auroras.
Bye.
Yes.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you,
See you next
everybody.
week.
Wonderful
See you
weekend,
next
Thank you
week.
very much.
everyone.
Thank
Christmas
you.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Next week.
Bye bye.
Wonderful Christmas.